Hello and welcome to DCP Live episode number 294. We are officially beardless and
no more beards.
Watts, you shaved your beard as well, but
I don't have
camera.
a beard.
Yeah, no camera today, so you can't
I'll
show.
have a mustache.
No mustache.
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 For the very first time in her life, Watts doesn't have a beard.
Amazing.
I know. Crazy.
It's been a long first time.
It's a historic first. Oh man, how you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today, because
Yeah.
there has been some exciting announcements for games that aren't Destiny today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did get assaulted mentally by a demo yesterday, so I'm recovering in hospital.
Demo assault.
My hospital. I was assaulted mentally by some of these demos. You got to be careful with demos, man.
It sounded like
Oh.
salt. So you're mentally getting salted. Yeah. Some sodium
Shrinking.
on the brain.
I could feel my brain shrinking.
Yeah. A little
and
brain
rattling
shrink.
around. Brain's falling out of my orifices.
Yeah. Before we get talking about Destiny, you've been playing a bunch of demos, right? Because
I have. It's the
Steam Fest?
Next Fest, which runs for a week, and it's just a ton of people putting demos for their games up on Steam. And even if you think you've seen all of the things you might be interested
Mhm.
on there, you haven't. There's always something where I'm like, oh my god, how did I not see this? And this time is really good, because last time they had a Steam Next Fest right when Witch Queen came out, right when Elden Ring
Perfect.
came out, and I was like, man, I don't think I'm gonna get around to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But now is a perfect time.
It
So
is.
yeah, there's some really good stuff in there. There's honestly quite a few that I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to.
any
One's
standout-
coming out soon.
Any standout
so
gems?
we played Loopmancer, which is a roguelike. And
Brothers'
it's
favorite.
made by a 21-man team.
21
It's just
minutes.
very fast combat. Everything's very clear. You're not confused about what's going on the screen, which can happen sometimes with smaller games.
Mhm.
So that was really good. Curse of the Sea Rats is a beautiful hand-drawn Metroidvania. So it's all hand-drawn. You're pirates that have been turned into rats. And there's 4 playable characters. And it's
like
co-op.
Scurvy nightmare dream turned into a hand-drawn experience.
Yeah, it's really good.
The rickets catch up with you.
Cult of Lamb, which everyone is
Ooh.
really excited about and is apparently popping off. It's currently the #1 demo of Steam Next Fest.
Really?
#1 most wishlisted game that's coming up on Steam.
Wow.
Yeah, they're kicking ass. And
I think
that
that's-
demo is
That is all because of you. Because
it's all yes, it's the lambs. It's the lambs.
The lambs coming through.
We've been rallying, it's true. It's all because of us.
That's
I
awesome.
just looked at video Curse of the Rats, and I am very into this aesthetic.
It is really beautiful. The hand-drawn art in there is really, really good.
Yeah.
And then yesterday we played Ghost Song, which is very Metroid inspired. And the color palette is just like these really nice blues and purples, and you're on an alien planet and you're in a space suit, so it's very Metroid. But that combat is great, and the
Nice.
character is so cute. Her voice, she doesn't look cute when you see her in the pictures, but the voice actress they got for her is really good.
Nice.
Really,
What-
really,
Oh,
really
this
This
good.
was
looks
it again?
cool, too.
Say the name of
Ghost
that.
Song.
Ghost?
Song.
Ghost song. Cool.
Ghost Song. Yeah.
that,
And that's coming out honestly, a lot of these are coming out this year.
that's good.
So there's I think there's a few indies that are going to come out that are going to do really well this year.
Yeah, last year you found...
Metroidvania's.
I was going
Go
to say,
ahead.
last year you found Grime, right? From that Next
Yeah.
Fest? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was an awesome game. Turned out to be...
That was great.
And they always
Really fun
run,
play.
too, right?
Yeah, they always run, right? That game?
Yeah, yep. Yep, that was all from Steam Next Fest.
Yeah.
Metroidvanias are funny for me. It's like some of them I latch onto and I cannot stop playing. Some of them I bounce off of so fast, and I can never tell what it's going to be like by looking at them. Like, yeah, I have to start
Yeah.
playing them, and
It's
I
because
never know.
it's all kind of pacing, you know. It has to be paced well to where you're like, oh, I got a new thing.
Yeah.
Now that I can go to that area that I remember clearly and I know how to get to go and do that place that I couldn't get to. So it's if
Yeah.
it's not paced right, it can fall flat. pretty
Yeah.
quick.
They're super hard to come back to if you stop playing them too, because
Oh,
you get
God,
like
yeah.
lost, and then
Yep.
you don't know like, oh, where am I even supposed to start looking? You know?
Which is why you should play it on the Steam Deck. Assuming you got a Steam Deck, Briar.
Yeah. You got a Steam Deck, Briar?
I don't want to talk about it.
My Steam Deck, they said they're shipping it, and they're like, wait for your email. And I'm like, it's been a few days, guys. You said you were packaging it up. Where the hell is my shipment email?
I wonder if it's been hijacked.
Briar's like, oh, I wonder who hijacked it. Oh, who knows?
Who knows if to say these kind of things? Let's move on.
Like, I got the email, I ordered it, and then like 3 days later, they're like, all right, we're shipping it. But, you'll get another email with the shipping info. I was like, okay. And then it's been 3 days. I'm like, the hell's my shipping info? Steam? Huh? Anyways, subtle disgruntledness. It'll be fine once I get it.
I mean, you're so excited. It's like you want to be patient, right? Like you know that you should be patient, but it's like, I'm so excited. I just want it now. I just want it now.
It's the definition of chomping at the bit. I'm chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
Well, there's some stuff in Destiny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had our weekly story.
Yeah, our weekly story thing happened with Safi.
Yeah. I think I'm more interested in what's going on with Callus and like his merging with the ship right now than I am with Zavalla and his wife.
Yeah.
Is that weird? Like, I'm really like, what is he doing? Like, he's merging like mind over matter with the ship. Like, he's in his mind has infested the ship now. Like, what's going on with this?
No, I'm with you. Like, for sure, that side of the story is definitely more interesting than some backstory with Zavalla. It's great to have backstory with Zavalla. It puts things into perspective. I appreciate that. But if you were to be like, if you go over here, you find out what Callus has been up to, then I'll be like, well, let's see what Callus has been up to,
Let's see what Callus is up to. Good old Callus.
Creepy as ever.
I really like what did Zavalla say? He said last week, like a broken man worshiping like a dead god or a silent god. What did he say?
A broken man sending people to their deaths for a silent god.
Yeah. So his like loss.
Very strong.
He's apparently losing his faith, right? He's losing his his moral compass, and that's interesting because that's who he has been. He is the moral compass, right? He is the straight and narrow. He is the like head down into the fray like guy. So to see him struggling with that is fairly interesting.
Well, he had a few lines this week that referenced him maybe thinking that he's lived long enough, that he's reached the end of what he would like to fill up his brain full of things as a guardian. It's like, I don't think we're designed to live this long, Like,
that was also like this last week. It was super emotional seeing like the Inkblock cutscene and what happened to his wife and his son and everything that he went through with that. This week was very like, I feel like it was a lot of profound statements one after the other because he's like, humans aren't supposed to live this long and maybe it's time to just stop.
Yeah, borderline postpartum depression kicking in,
Yeah, it was very, very interesting this week with kind of giving you a lot of lines that I can assume if you're going through some stuff, you could maybe latch onto that and go, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it could be setting things up for a big shakeup. We already know that Crow is being positioned to become the Hunter Vanguard, right? Like that's
hashtag about my Hunter Vanguard.
Well, it's gonna be right. So that's clear. Like they've been pushing that angle, but it does make you wonder if they're gonna do a big change up with Zavalla, which I definitely didn't see.
True.
But
yeah.
Maybe he is gonna go become a monk in the mountains.
Maybe they're doing what was happening with the Avengers, where they're bringing in the new Avengers and having the old Avengers phase out.
Who would replace Zavalla? Sweeperbot, right?
Oh, Sweeperbot.
Sweeperbot.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sweeperbot's been through some stuff.
True.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that you need to replace him. Like I don't know that you need that role to be filled by another character as much as like the way they've changed the way they do storytelling and the way they are structuring how we play the game. I think they could just have Zavalla depress Zavalla, or maybe he turns around and figures it out.
This dialogue is definitely making it sound like he's kind of done.
He's ready to jump off the tower for the last time.
Yeah, that, or he like literally needs a change. He's like, wow, I've been doing this job too long and it's time to move on. Someone else needs to take the mantle for whatever his tower relations is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's I guess a long time coming, right? For things to shake up.
This is the most we've gotten out of Zavalla as far as like character development.
Definitely.
Ever, right. So we'll see.
Yeah. For sure.
We'll see.
They'll come back to it again in like 6 seasons, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, aside from that though.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton going on in the lore books either. There was an interesting one where Amanda went to speak with Mithrax to get some advice. Because there's a whole thing with Amanda Holiday and Crow at the moment where she's like, "How long have you known who you were? Why didn't you tell me? You're my friend." Like, there's that kind of thing going on where it's like, are they more than friends? It seems Amanda's very, very upset. But she went to Mithrax to talk about get advice on how he forgave Saint, because Saint was this, monster to the Elixni. He really was like a war criminal monster to them. So she was asking for advice on how to forgive, because I think she's currently at the point where she wants to forgive Crow for lying to her, and she's kind of looking for that wisdom from him.
Mm-hmm.
You think she's still taking care of Cade's chicken?
God, I hope so.
She ate it.
What was the name of the chicken? Colonel,
yeah.
Colonel.
Yeah. Chickens don't
maybe he
long.
goes on flights with her. Maybe he's got his own little flight hat.
She was really close with Cade, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe she did a little secret project and made an exo chicken.
Ooh, exo chicken.
Yeah, it's Colonel 1. Colonel-1. The exo chicken.
I'm gonna need that character introduced immediately.
Your new Vanguard Chief Operations dude. Colonel-1.
Yeah, so that was interesting. Mithrax was, I can't remember exactly what he said, but I can't remember. I'd have to read it, because it was actually pretty interesting. But he was saying that some people didn't forgive Saint and they can. Yeah, it's nice that she's talking to Mithrax. That was nice. Amanda and Mithrax went and had some tea and talked about forgiveness.
Yeah, I'm not qualified for this question, and we definitely need Mylin for this question. But wouldn't it be interesting to have Mithrax come in to do some tower operation stuff? Like, if they were going to
Zavalla.
Yeah, if they were going to phase out Zavalla, what if Mithrax was?
That would be good.
He is very knowledgeable,
right?
And he's very he'd be great at that job.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any huge red flags in the lore that say Mithrax would never consider something like that.
Oh, that's what it was. So Courageousman said Mithrax basically said that he forgave Saint because Mithrax himself wanted to be forgiven for his past actions. That's what it was. He's like, I want other people to forgive me. So if I want that from other people, I have to, do that myself.
I don't know. Shooting my friend in the head, it's just hard to get over.
It is a pretty big deal.
It's a big step.
Yeah.
Big
well, technically it was the sniper Scorn dude who killed Cade.
Yeah, if you want to get specific about it, it's whoever shot his ghost.
Yeah.
I don't know. That guy killed a ghost.
Yeah, and the ghost is his resurrection
killed
tool.
Cade.
Lots
Maybe
of people killed Cade, but he
Aldrin
came
thought
back.
I could kill Cade and he'll come back. I'm just messing with you, bro. Just a joke.
Yeah, JK lol. JK
I
lol.
don't remember it like that.
He had a twinkle in his eye. Oh man. Yeah, anything else? Not much this week, right?
There wasn't much.
I'm kind of wondering, because they're now hinting like the next week, like the next remembrance or the next memory, next nightmare is going to be a pretty important one. And I wonder if it's going to be our nightmare.
I think it's going to be Gaul.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Pretty sure we already know.
Oh,
Yeah,
we do?
because they showed the nightmares and it was Aldrin, it was Zval's wife, Safi, and Gaul. And then also in the containment, when you're running containment mission stuff this week, is kind of like mini stories when you finish a containment, and that one has some stuff featuring Gaul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But that would still be like a huge thing, right? Because Callus has this whole thing with Keitel and Gaul.
Mm-hmm.
So that does tie into Callus. So I think
Okay. So it'll be Keitel's nightmare then?
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Keitel and Gaul. Yep.
Interesting.
Keitel and Gaul, yeah. And then
That'll be
Keitel
good.
is Callus's nightmare. According to the dungeon and his mind.
Yeah. Really fascinating. It's just 6 weeks last season that we had of story content? Like it doesn't
was
feel
short.
like they would
was
wrap it
very
up
short.
in 2 weeks. It feels like there should be a 7th or 8th week for a culmination of what's happening with Callus and his weird fungus, the fungus among us on the ship. Yeah.
I think, yeah, I feel like it might be more because Eris was saying, like, I don't understand why Callus is being so chill when we're so close to severing everything.
Yeah, she's not
Yeah.
convinced that this is working. She's like,
Yeah.
too easy. Something's not right
Yeah.
here.
Too easy.
It's like we're helping, you know? Yeah.
No.
Well, it's definitely interesting seeing that stuff unfold, story-wise.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you guys feeling about the Sever missions?
I like the story that I get from them every week, and they're fun enough
Yeah.
to do. You know, you go and you look for a bobblehead, you look for an automaton Callus. The combat in it is enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the story. So yeah, I'm enjoying them.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little sick of doing the what's the activity called that you got to do
The containment.
for the mission? Containment. I'm getting a little sick of containment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind it too much. I feel
I
like
don't hate it. I'm just getting.
Yeah. I like going to that area, but yeah, I'm not grinding it out really hard in there.
No.
No. Cool. Well, there's also not much in the TWAB either. There's just a little bit.
It's a very short TWAB. However, they did put up some interesting stuff that is a bit more technical. They put up an audio blog, which is a game dev diary about the hidden world of audio. So they go into what audio designers do, and they talk about the language of alien weapons and how to figure out what that sounds like. So that was really interesting. I definitely recommend reading that, especially if you're interested in audio, or even if you're not.
I don't know anybody like that.
Yes, I need to finish reading that because that is super fascinating.
Was there any tidbits in there that you did read already that you were like,
it's just like the whole process, the experience. Also,
yeah,
the backgrounds are always different of how people get into it, which I find fascinating and very true with audio. Like you go in thinking you're going to do this one thing in production and you end up doing something completely different because you realize you like doing something else, but in that field. So it's cool seeing that reflect in a game audio as well. And also, Destiny's game audio is just so good.
Ugh, so good. Yeah,
Get spoiled. Listening to Destiny game audio compared to other games, just like top notch. So, yeah.
The TWAB does not have very much.
Is that the first time we've seen the trans flag?
No, that emblem's been around for a little bit.
Yeah,
but you can pick it up for free.
Yeah, that's been around.
You can tune that. Type that in, get it for free.
Yep.
They did talk about control. So zone control is coming back next week in Crucible Labs. And the interesting thing is that they did say that it's going to be around the whole season. So it's just going to be a Crucible Labs node and you can go play zone control.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it makes me wonder because they did say they were going to switch Iron Banner from like Rift to different game modes each season. I wonder if they're thinking of doing zone control. because Rift is obviously very objective based, and zone control is the same. The only way that you can get points
Yeah.
is by capturing zones.
Yeah. Rift, I feel like Rift has been like pretty divisive too. Like some people really don't like it. Some people do like it, but it's not. There's like the opinions are pretty like extreme.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the way it came out, where it just didn't quite feel like it was baked enough. Not quite ready for prime time. Like it
Okay.
could have used a what was this, a Crucible Labs type of experience for a bit before they rolled it out into a full on Iron Banner. You know?
Mm. Yeah, it did launch with a lot of bugs. So just from even if you enjoy Rift the game mode, it having that many bugs and Iron Banner only being around for 2 weeks out of 3 months.
Yep.
Is kind of rough. And then for solo players, I can imagine that Rift is not super fun because the respawn timer is really long, and the likelihood of you finding people that consistently revive you must be pretty small.
Big problem with that. Yeah.
So you're just sitting there for, a really long time waiting to get back in the action.
Yeah.
Which is probably not
Yeah.
great.
So on the zone control stuff, I didn't realize they're saying that this was the last time was in Destiny 1. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
I feel like I've
Really?
played zone control in
Never
Destiny
played.
2.
They've never done it in Destiny 2.
No.
It's so weird.
Huh.
Or yeah.
Well,
I was
time
like,
is a lie.
what? Yeah.
Time is a lie.
It's a total lie. Made up construct.
I mean, it's been 5 years since 2020, so
yeah,
basically we're just
Exactly.
shooting from the hip as far as counting time goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you read out the capture times?
Oh yeah, the capture times. So when they initially talked about this, we kind of talked about it, but I did forget. I forgot capture times. So with zone control, for anyone who doesn't know, the way that it works is that you get points for when you're holding down a zone, and that's the only way that you can get points. And to capture a zone in the new zone control, if it's just one guardian standing on a point, it's 22.5 seconds.
It's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
That's longer than a night in jail.
If there's 2 guardians, it goes down to 10 seconds, and then if there's 3 plus guardians, it's 7.5 seconds.
Yeah, that's a huge decrease. It looks like it caps out at 3, right?
Yeah.
So no point in having more than 3.
No point having more than 3.
Yeah, and I thought this was interesting too. Like the initial capture is 1 point, right? But then every 15 seconds, it's 2 points. Is that right? I'm trying to find
Is that what it said in here, or does it say it in
initial
the...
capture is going to give you 1 point, and you'll get 2 points for every 15 seconds you hold a zone after that. So it seems like if you were a 6 stack trying to coordinate, you'd want 3 on 1 point, 3 on another point, and then you just hold those.
Yeah, just hold them down.
Right? Seems like that would be what you want to do.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
Yeah, so every 15 seconds you're getting 2. So it's not like going and capturing is going to catch you up. It's literally having to hold zones is going to to make it up if you're behind. Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting, right? It would be hard to catch up because like if capturing gave you 4 points,
keep swapping back and forth, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that could create like a whole
Yeah, but it's like you get a bit for capturing, but holding it is where the real value is, which I think is good because it's literally zone control.
Yeah.
Control the zone.
Good point. It does say control the zone.
Yeah, get rewarded.
Not just run around capturing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't work on your quick scopes.
It's that zone
Control
capture.
zone.
It's zone control.
Yeah. I know, this looks interesting. I'm curious how it's going to play out.
Yeah, definitely down. And it's going into Crucible Labs, so they can always adjust stuff, especially if they're thinking of turning it into a next Iron Banner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good that it's going into labs.
Yeah. Be curious how that plays out. I guess it's momentum control. Randomizing chat.
Momentum control was
out,
in D2. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the difference between that?
I don't remember what momentum control was. Isn't momentum where you just do more damage?
If you control a zone point?
No, in general. What's that mode called?
It's not
Is it called momentum?
Mayhem?
No, not mayhem. Oh yes, yeah, it's the time to kill one, right? Momentum, the one where you like one shot everyone.
Oh, it's a one tap.
Oh, momentum control is one rotating zone. I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
We are gonna have to phone a firing range friend real quick. Hello, Fallout. Okay.
No idea.
Yeah. Wow.
They also say that tomorrow Trials of Osiris will be zone capture variant. And there's also going to be a Trials rank bonus. So I do recommend. So last week with Trials, which I guess we haven't talked about.
Yeah, we haven't talked about. Yeah.
We talked about Trials.
Sure, the sidearm.
It was actually a pretty interesting Trials because everything was broken, but like for a lot of people in a good way.
Okay.
So Trials was they were not able to match people based on wins at all.
Right. Yeah.
No, it was just you get what you get. Sometimes they're going to be really good. Sometimes they're going to be on your level. Sometimes you're going to be better than them. It is what it is. And then also they couldn't enable the flawless pool. So it was basically day one of new Trials launch, kind of, right? It's like just
last September.
Yeah, it's like a free for all. You get what you get, and there's no flawless pool. So, for me,
yeah, did it actually play that way? Like where you felt like
for me, it was more chill because yeah, you would come across like really good teams, but you could find people that like all solos or people who are just kind of grinding some rank towards the end of your card. So we went flawless really, really fast, and then after that, we had some more difficult games thrown in there, but it was pretty chill. Also, it is the first week, and there's new armor and there's new weapons, but the adept weapon that you could get was not a new weapon. It was the scout rifle.
Right.
So I would say there's probably not as many people who flocked towards it because you couldn't get any of the new weapons that are available. So you had to get to rank 16 to get to the sidearm. To have the fusion and the sidearm, you'd have to get the rank 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 9,000 points.
And I take it that was a no-go for you?
Oh, no, I got it. I needed the sidearm.
Okay. All right. Well, how was it?
I really liked sidearm. The sidearm is really, really great. And you can get some interesting stuff. I've been liking rapid hit and air assault. So with rapid hit, you get a faster reload, but you get more stability as you're hitting them. And stability helps with flinch in today's sandbox. So the more you're hitting people, the more stable your gun is getting. That's stability. You take less flinch. And then air assault, as your health gets low, you have a higher aerial effectiveness. So you can kind of get this really neat combo of you're having more stability, so you have less flinch, and then as your health gets low, you're having more aerial effectiveness. So that's really nice. And then the sidearm can also get crazy range, ridiculous range, because it can get a perk called Fragile Focus, which is when you don't take damage, you get more range.
Like ADD.
ADD, yeah.
Fragile focus.
You get just bonus range until you take damage, and then the bonus range returns when no damage is taken for a short duration. And it is pretty short. So my one that I got had ricochet rounds, and it also had a range masterwork, and that puts it at 85 range. So Fragile Focus gets it to 100.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's got some good range.
Beastly on the range, yeah.
Yeah. And it's the 2-burst one. So they tend to have more range in general than the full auto kind of sidearm.
It's like the last hope type of thing.
Yeah, it's an aggressive burst sidearm.
Is it going to replace other legendary sidearms that you've had in the past?
I think so. If I want one with a bit more range, I think that's probably going to be my go-to one. If I want something that's a bit like kills faster up close, although it does really well up close too. It does like 45 to the head. It's really good.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
I want one. And then I'm like, do I want to play Trials?
Well, Trials, at least last week, really was a good time. We kind of just went in there and we just chilled, and it was cool. And with this week having bonus reputation, that would probably be the time to try and get the sidearm. Unless it's the adept, then like just go flawless. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Go flawless.
just go
Let's do
flawless.
it.
But even if you can't, or you're just playing solo, I would highly recommend that you keep your card, because the amount of rep that you gain after each match goes up the more rounds you've won on
Mhm.
your card. So keep your card, and then per win, I think it's like 205, and then for a loss it's like 105. So with bonus rep, you'll get to 16 pretty quickly. It won't take you that long.
Sounds like this is the weekend to do it, unless there's some
Yeah.
god awful matchmaking bug, like they reverse it. They pull an Uno reverse, and it's like it's terrible.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it's the fusion rifle or the sidearm, so that it does bring
Right.
new people into it again. Hopefully.
What's
the
what's the
fusion's
deal?
also good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the deal with the fusion? Because like, as someone who likes fusion rifles, I'm
Mhm.
on the hunt. I'm on the lookout.
A fusion aficionado.
I wouldn't call myself an aficionado, but I'm definitely an
Oh, okay.
enthusiast.
Well, the fusion is an adaptive frame. It is a primary stasis fusion rifle.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently using that
And-
Riptide, and the Riptide's not bad, but it could get bumped.
Yeah, I wonder if you compare it to Riptide. I haven't done that yet, but the fusion is really good, both in PvE and PvP.
Really?
It's doing good stuff.
What?
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty
Gonna-
good. Definitely.
Gonna convince me to play freaking Trials.
Well, at least from what I can say with last week's Trials, it was an enjoyable experience. We were just
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah.
We weren't trying that hard. We were kind of just dicking around, and it was fun.
It's fun till they fix it.
Yeah.
That's Trials. It's going to be zone control. And zone control is a bit easier to win if you are in a group, because if you're in a 3-man and you're against solos, you can just be like, someone go on the zone and we'll just go stand over here and protect you, and you can kind of
True.
get the
Yeah.
wins pretty easily.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Curious
good
what it's gonna
stuff.
be.
Plus, get monkey armor.
Monkey
If
armor.
you want
Yeah.
to.
I do like
Well-
that monkey armor. That is really good.
Baboon.
Straight up just a baboon face.
Be nice to have that like big red ass baboon butt.
Yeah.
You could probably find a shader that makes your butt red.
Get a shader.
Yeah. Wear no cape, or have one of those like really short ones. Have the baboon butt and have the baboon face.
Dig it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
There wasn't much else in the TWAB. Like you said, it's they're showing the trans emblem, and they've got the code in there, so you can go and pick that up. They're talking about the new Pride pin, which the pin is beautiful, and the emblem is just straight up rainbow. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm halfway through my transaction buying the pen. I got
Nice.
distracted by doing a podcast.
Something interesting that they do say is that beyond this, we've got some fun plans coming for the future of celebrating Pride at Bungie. We can't quite speak to them yet, but we promise they will be colorful.
Cool.
I want a rainbow shader that
Yeah.
moves.
Uh-huh.
An
That would be
animated
cool.
rainbow.
Like a
That's what I
a
want.
metallic animated rainbow shader.
Mhm. Yes.
That would
Like
be
Pride,
dope.
specifically Pride Rainbow.
Oh,
Like-
absolutely.
Like have it look like
Yeah.
this emblem. It
Yeah.
kind of has like a metallic
I'm in.
thing. Yeah. That'd be really cool.
Yep. That
Yep.
would be great.
I would like
A
that.
sparrow too. I'd take a sparrow with the Pride
Take
flag.
sparrow. Oh, and
Yeah.
then the sparrow can have like rainbows coming off the back.
Yeah, the
Oh.
exhaust. the
Oh
exhaust could be a
shit! I
rainbow,
would.
yeah.
I would actually buy that from Tess. I honestly would. I would buy that from Tess if it had rainbows coming out the back of the sparrow. I couldn't resist. Take my money. I'd have to do it. I'd have to do it. I can't resist.
Yeah, it's cool.
And that's kind of it. It's
Yeah.
of course you've got I really liked the art of someone said, sorry, someone was joking about a Destiny Girls night, and now all I can think of is Eris relaxing with 3 cucumbers over her eyes. And they drew it by Antler Lad. And it's
Pretty
good. I love it.
Coming up pretty soon is Solstice.
It
Right?
is. When is that? August,
supposed
July,
to be July.
July.
I think we have basically like 2 or 3. Actually, I guess maybe that's their story beats,
The story,
and then the
yeah. Story
solstice
ends,
event
then
hits.
solstice.
Possibly. I'm just assuming things right now, but
Yeah, that could be
yeah.
it. Because then it will be the story ends, then you have solstice, and then another Iron Banner will be here, and then you're like close to the next season.
hmm Yeah, it seems like a lot of this season's weapons are worth chasing as well. If you haven't
They are,
been on the
yeah.
hunt, right?
They've been some good stuff. Like all the ones from Containment are great,
Mm-hmm.
both the new ones and the returning ones.
Yep.
The Trials weapons have been good. Riptide's good.
Riptide
There's
is
really
good.
a lot of good stuff
Yeah.
out there.
Riptide, I've got a lot of them to drop. I don't know like a role that I specifically want to keep yet, but it just every time I use it, it's feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Getting chill clip is pretty fun.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Cool.
You know what else happened this week?
What happened?
Bungie got a massive W.
Oh yeah, they did. I think everybody got a massive W.
We
Well,
did.
except for one individual company who took the L for everybody.
So a lawsuit that was filed last year against a Destiny 2 cheat maker called Elite Boss Tech. They reached an agreement of 3.5 million damages to Bungie.
Was it 3.5
So
or
that
13.5?
sorry, 13.5 million.
You're giving
Not
a
that it matters,
steep
right?
discount.
Like,
No, that's a discount.
that equals up to about $2,000 per download.
Oh, get wrecked.
Hell yeah. Made me very happy.
That is chunky.
So
but
they made
apparently
like
they
the
agreed.
bots. They made like the auto aim stuff, right?
It was
wasn't
it like a subscription based type of thing? Like you actually signed up to get access to this tool that you paid
A lot of
monthly?
them
Yeah.
are subscriptions, yeah.
So you have this monthly fee to cheat in a video game, to see through walls, see people, like be able to shoot.
You have
anybody
lost the plot, my friend. When you are subscribing to a service so you can cheat at a video game, like what the fuck has happened to you?
Man.
Do you want to know what's even better? So on March 15th, 2022, Elite Boss Tech and an individual, Robert Nelson, issued a series of denials of Bungie's lawsuit and demanded to face a jury despite several allegations. So they were like, no. They sound like cheaters. This sounds like the exact type of people that would make some kind of cheats for a video game. They're like, no, we didn't do that.
Unbelievable. No, let's have a public opinion. Have a,
Yeah.
sort this out. These guys.
And the software was downloaded around 6,765 times. And now they got to pay 13.5 million.
Is that the only cheat maker that they're going after, or are there others as well?
I'm sure there's others.
No. Actually, yeah. So last year, Bungie teamed up with Riot to tackle another major cheat creator, and they were doing stuff for Destiny 2 and Valorant, and that was
Never
Gator
heard of them.
Cheats.
Do they make video games? I've never. Riot.
That was Gator
anime.
Cheats, and that ended in Bungie and Riot Games getting 2 million in damages.
Wow.
Oh, good. Well,
and then there was another one, Briar. There was another one.
Tell me more.
After that, Bungie and Ubisoft filed a lawsuit against another Destiny 2 and Rainbow Six Siege cheat maker, Ring 1.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully this becomes so perilous to make one of these and try and sell it on the internet somehow, because why would you make it if you can't charge money for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it becomes so perilous and so fraught with lawsuits and these game makers coming after you that it just becomes like, why bother? We're not going to do this anymore.
$13.5 million. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how their company is set up, but hopefully it's a limited liability company. Otherwise, they're going to be fucked for a long time. I don't even know how that works. Does that actually get you out of that, personally, or do you have to take on that debt? I have no idea.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. But I love this because it's always, it's always really difficult to have your anti-cheat or the people who are, working against banning cheaters, because it's just a constant cat and mouse chase. It's they fix
Right.
it, and then the cheat makers find a way to get around it, and then it comes back, and then Bungie has to fix it, and it's just a constant merry-go-round. So I think this is definitely a better way to do it, where it's like, hey, if you do it, we're gonna take you to court, and you're gonna give us money.
Gonna pay big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6,000 cheaters. Do you think? How does that number sound to you versus how much cheating actually was going on in the community? You know,
I'm the kind of guy that once I know that there are cheaters in the game, I just assume that everybody who beats me in the video game from that point on is cheating.
You hit one
And I am
headshot,
correct.
you are cheating.
you're reporting. You're
definitely
reporting
a
everybody,
cheater, and I'm reporting you.
You're reporting everybody that kills you. I feel like that person.
I
Killed
reported Watts like 5 times.
I will say I saw a
She
cheater.
was on my team.
I saw a cheater in Rift.
Really?
And I had my suspicions. They were using Vigilance Wing, and I was like, man, they're just beaming me. Every single time I see them, I'm dead. And I'm like, maybe they're just really good. And I kind of just assumed they were really good. But then there was a moment where they killed me, and then they instantly flipped around and started shooting behind a wall at where my teammates were. And I was like,
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
The sus meter just
The
skyrocketed.
instant snap and then shooting behind a wall at people you can't see. That's that's a cheater.
Like, why even play? What's the point of playing?
I
But
don't
you ever
get
had
it.
that moment like where you walk out from behind like a corner, you're dead, like before you even can see the person who's like
yeah, happens a lot when
Yeah,
I'm playing with Mylin.
Yeah, I've played against a lot of really good, like genuinely good people,
Yeah.
and you never get taken out like that. Where it's just they see you and you're dead right away. There's never a point where you're like, I literally can't even move. This person's it's not normally like that. Like they might, and those kind of the really good players, you can still take them down if they're getting shot by other people.
Right.
Cheaters,
Right.
like they're so accurate and so snapping to people's heads that it's a whole other thing.
Do the cone rules even like apply to them? Does the cheat? I wonder if the cheat just like completely bypasses things like how.
Or do you just use weapons that it doesn't really matter, like sniper rifles and?
Yeah, but it does though with the cones. So I wonder if there's like things in there that just adjust it, so the cones don't even matter at that point. Yeah, because they're like firing so fast, like it's broken. The game's busted at that point.
I remember playing Modern Warfare 2, like several years after it had come out. Like it was kind of like a dead game at that point. And I remember logging in and immediately you know how that game has like kind of like a player score? I can't remember what they called it, but like as you got kills, you'd rank up player score and you'd be able to unlock like weapon camo and stuff like that. Well, mine instantly got maxed out as soon as I logged into the lobby. And then I look up and I see a player flying across the screen.
Oh my god.
And then I got shot and my player score immediately got minned out to 0.
Oh wow.
It's like, holy cow. And I think that was on the PlayStation 3 too. So it was like hacked on the PlayStation. Maybe it was on Xbox. I can't remember now. But holy Christ, that game got hacked to hell.
You imagine,
talk about cheating. Jesus.
Imagine Destiny, you get shot and your season pass score gets zeroed out.
Goes to 0.
I'm rank 9999. All of a sudden rank 0. Yeah.
Man, that game. What a beloved game that was completely broken.
Well, good to know that those cheating assholes are getting
justice
knocked.
Prevails.
Yeah. I think it should be incredibly expensive and prohibitive to even go down those paths because it ruins other people's experiences.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, that's the whole point, right? Is that you're ruining the game for everybody else.
Bungie has $3.5 billion from Sony, and they're going to come at you with their legal team.
True.
They're going to swing an actual legal hammer at you. Yeah.
Should we do some Twitter questions?
Yeah, might as well. Kind of a slow week, you know.
Yeah. We got some good Twitter questions though.
Nice.
Starting
Good job,
with
guys.
Alex. Alex says, "Do newborns get fed Vegemite?" So I wish we had Mylan here, so we'll just have to answer in his.
All right. Are there any Australians out there who can answer when you give a baby Vegemite for the first time?
Do they put the? No, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
You put it right in the formula. You just stir it in there.
Man, would that kill a baby? It might.
That much Vegemite?
Just
a lot of salt.
It is a lot of salt.
Instantly dehydrate it for storage.
Yeah.
That way, if you want to like travel with your baby, you give them Vegemite. It dehydrates it. You put it in the suitcase and rehydrate it when you get to your destination.
Yeah, you make them pocket
size.
Much
nicer than having a crying baby on the plane. I don't know why more people don't do it.
Oh dear. Australian here, and yes, we do put it on the dummy, the pacifier. Really?
Dummy.
What effect does that have?
Man, I was gonna make a joke about putting on the nipple, and then
that's pretty. It's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like hearing babies cry? Is that why you do it? Like this is like a joyful experience.
Yeah, they're so busy going. Jesus, Lord have mercy, swinging their head around.
2 years later, they're like, throw that on some toast and butter.
Somebody had clipped our reaction to eating Vegemite for the first time, and it was pretty funny because we all had violent reactions to it immediately.
Yeah,
and like not fake. Hamming it up for the camera.
It legitimately made me feel a little drunk.
Yeah,
it was intense.
I don't know what was going on with what's in Vegemite, but I felt a little dizzy.
Yeah, potent. Right.
Steven, what is that tilde? Is that tilde? Is it the little whoop, whoop, whoop? Is that the tilde? The keyboard thing?
Yeah.
Goes like whoop, whoop, tilde? Okay. Steven tilde Obamacare says boxers or cats? It's an interesting question.
Boxers or cats? Now, are we talking about boxer briefs?
I'm assuming we're talking about a boxer dog.
I mean, I feel like if you were talking about boxer briefs, it would say boxer briefs.
But let's assume boxer briefs or cats.
I mean, I really like boxer briefs. These are my preferred underwear for going on 20 years now.
You like a little leg support, prevent.
Yeah. You know, I like a little bit of looseness, but also a little bit of containment.
Yeah, exactly. Keeping it.
It's a perfect medium. Cats, not great holding my nuts up. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say it might be a little
distracted.
Spiky. A little dangerous to put that near the cats near a sensitive region, especially things that dangle.
Very bulky under jeans. Don't look great in jeans.
They like
definitely
swatting
makes my ass look fat.
They like swatting at things that move. So
depends on the cat too.
Good point.
You get yourself a Maine Coon. That thing's huge down there.
Oh, they keep you warm in the winter though.
True.
Maine Coon cat.
Good warmth.
Keep you warm in the winter.
Yeah,
you have trouble tying it on.
You have a friend, no matter where you go.
True.
Well, I don't know if he's gonna be a friend for long. Let's see realize what his new life is like.
I don't know, might enjoy it. It's cozy. Cats do like warm areas.
That's true.
Warm areas with a built-in play toy. I don't know, might be good.
Last night we had some random gray cat come up to our doorstep and just start like chilling there, and my wife happened to notice it, so she brought our cats, of which we have two, over to the window to look at the cat outside.
Mm-hmm.
And that created this whole like, how does the cat's tail like suddenly become like huge, right? And, like everybody's got their tail like
barbs out, right?
Yeah. I'm like, you just started a fight. Like, why? This cat was just chilling, taking a little rest stop on the doorstep. Like,
I know when it's getting bad when you hear their roar.
Yeah, the low rumble.
So you're like, oh dear.
They start revving up the engine.
It's
the whole thing was very entertaining.
When they start going the rah 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 rah. Like, that's a sound you don't usually make.
Damn, that tail's puffy. Oh boy, someone's dying tonight.
It's funny when Bella's tail gets big. She has a really tiny, skinny tail, and when she does that, it's so big. You're like, how the hell do you even have that much?
Yeah, how does that? What's the physics involved?
It's like a peacock, but in a cat.
Yeah.
Trying to make yourself look big and intimidating.
Yeah.
Look at my tail.
What do you think a bear stands
our cat
up?
Walter is already fairly large. I think he's tipping the scales at around 18 pounds these days.
Oh, big boy.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah, he's large and in charge. I mean, he's a big cat, but he's also a big cat.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Merlin, back in the day, whenever he got into a confrontation, he was never like aggressive in that sense of like, I'm gonna puff up my tail and be like, show you how much of a badass I am. He was like, I'm going to murder you.
Oh. Just like
he was like,
we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to fuck it around.
Yeah, you are going to die after this. He's like, you have a problem, Merlin. I had to like pull him out. He was like some hardened fighter who's like, I don't get scared of this.
He was like, no,
you can't spook me.
Guess you have to die. Unfortunate.
S says, would you rather eat 15 pounds crawfish with Patrick or have a 15-pound beard just so you can have a beard again? I gotta go 50 pounds of Patrick. Again, every time everybody asks this question, I feel like they're like implying that eating 15 pounds of crawfish with Patrick is a bad thing. It's always the best answer. Like, that's like an enjoyable thing. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a couple beers. I'm going to eat too much crawfish. We're going to joke around about the old days back at, it's going to be great.
Yeah, again, it comes down to the fact that the origin story was being forced to have to eat 15 pounds by yourself.
Yeah. Or willingly just, is it possible to eat 15 pounds of crawfish? Like, is that realistically possible?
Yeah.
It was always an argument of Patrick saying, yeah, that's a normal amount that I order when I go to the restaurant.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going down to the fry, the fish fry, whatever it is, and then boom, I get 15 pounds of meat right there. We're like, 15 pounds? This wasn't, come on.
Yeah, this was way before we heard the baby bird story, and we had lost he had lost all credibility.
Yeah.
And then Patrick did also say that when he went to an all-you-can-eat, they didn't have enough to keep feeding him. So I have a feeling 15 pounds is not normal.
Yeah.
A young man can put down some poundage. I mean, I don't think it's out of the question, but it's normal? No.
That's the thing. We're not saying it's not possible. We're not saying that you've never done it before, but like you just go for a family meal and you're like 15 pounds of crawfish, please.
Yeah.
Well, okay, and also it came back to him saying like this is what you order, and I was like, wait, so you go to the place and you order that much at the place? He's like, yeah, that's what I get, and then like other people were saying, no, that's what you order for the table, and everybody shares the 15 pounds, and they were like, no, but Pat, you were talking about how like you have to eat the whole 15 pounds. This is what your portion.
That's an individual order for himself personally.
Personal size, 15 pounds of crawfish.
I don't know. Also, I'm not so sure I'm like ready to dive right back into a beard. Like,
a 15-pound beard sounds kind of troublesome.
A little inconvenient.
Man, it has been nice. It's been nice, like eating and then realizing I've got nothing on my beard. That has been nice.
I made a special request for pancakes for dinner tomorrow night because I want to try having maple syrup and not a beard. Like I want to feel that freedom. I want to taste that.
Briar, what you should do is you grab a bite of your pancakes, you put it almost in your mouth, and then you take a spoon of syrup and you throw the syrup at the pancakes. You let it splash and then eat it, and then wipe the excess off your face.
Go
just
crazy
because you can, you know.
Enjoy because I can.
It's fine.
All right, sold.
Messy eater from here on out. Get some sloppy joes.
I'm gonna have to buy more shirts, I think.
Just go shirtless, you know? How about you pancake?
Oh, even better, yeah. Embrace
just go nude. That way I can just jump right into the shower afterward. BLM says, I can order my Crocs. They're easy to clean. BLM says, the Destiny 2 genie empowers you to fix one big problem in Destiny 2 forever. The solution magically fixes it so everyone is happy. Not even magic can do that. and nobody complains about it ever again. You have to pick between power levels or inventory. Wait, I can't even pick my own thing. You're gonna make me choose between your two?
No. We are picking
You have
our
to
own
pick
thing.
between power levels or inventory management. What do you choose?
What? No, there's bigger problems than that.
Tefty's obviously going netcode. So fuck your
No,
two
I'm
choices.
not. I'm going.
Whoa!
I'm going PvP. I want an infinitely enjoyable PvP experience that everyone is happy about. That I can't wait to jump in and play rounds every night. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I will say as well, just side note that PvP in D2 right now is pretty good. Like you can use a lot of things that are viable. You can use a lot of different subclasses. It's more variety than we've had in other times.
I've been enjoying it. When I jump in, I enjoy it. I had a good time, especially when we were playing it the other day together on the charity stream.
Oh, I definitely had fun when we played it. Yeah,
absolutely.
Of course, then I jumped up and tried to shoot in the air, and I was like, "What?"
You got to build into it, Tefty. Put on that astrocyte verse.
Get to 100, bruh. Come on.
Eat your grenade.
If I had to choose between power levels and inventory management, I honestly would choose inventory management. I feel like it's a chore that I'm just so sick of doing that when my inventory is full, I don't want to play the game. You know what I mean? Because it's like now I got this like thing I gotta do. I gotta clear out inventory. I gotta make decisions. I gotta figure out like which guns I want to keep, which pieces of armor I want to keep. Are these still like armor is honestly harder because it's like I got armor that I got that like is for a specific build out, and I gotta somehow remember that when it's time to delete stuff, like which piece is for which loadout. Doing the being able to transmog stuff makes it easier because I can make sets of armor all look alike, like if I got a specific set of armor that I use for a specific purpose, I can make them all look alike. So that makes it easier to organize it that way. But it's really like I almost see like a spreadsheet. I feel like sometimes I need to call up Mercules and be like, "Hey, man, what weapons should I keep and which ones should I couldn't?"
I've started defaulting to just being like, "Guys, what's good? Okay, I'll just keep that." Because I have too many riptides to even think about it.
Ooh, yeah. I have Mercules on a retainer every month to just go through all my stuff.
Nice, smart. That was good thinking.
Yeah,
I'd go inventory management. Because I feel like that also brings like maybe build makers in game, because that's all to do with managing your inventory, managing your builds, having like an actual build, a thing that I can build a build in the game.
Build a bear.
Yeah,
awesome. I know it's coming eventually.
If I could pick my own thing though, Tess Everest and the microtransactions are out. Out.
Gone.
Zay Osiris says, how much sugar needs to be in your food before it's considered candy or a dessert?
I feel like there's got to be
more than a hamburger, but less than a cake.
More than a hamburger? What?
Hamburgers have a ton of sugar. Well, if you get fast food hamburgers, they have a ton of sugar, especially in the bread.
Yeah, the bread. Yeah, I was thinking about how like the Subway thing in Ireland was like your bread's not bread, it's sugar.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know.
How many grams of sugar, kilo?
Yeah, I mean,
something?
I don't know my like grams by heart on like how many grams are in what food.
Approximately how many tablespoons per cubic morsel?
It's gotta be quite a lot. Because like if you're cooking and you put some sugar with your onions to make this kind of like candied-ish onions, it's still not a candy.
Yeah.
That's a decent amount of sugar.
Yeah, even though they call it candied onions.
They call it candied onions. It's still not candy. Nowhere near candy.
Yeah.
That's a misnomer.
Candied potatoes.
That gets closer to candy.
Depends on how much
yams.
Yeah.
Almost.
Candied yams is getting close.
Yams is getting close.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
Slightly more than candied yams.
Cranberry sauce?
That could be a dessert, like a little bit more sugar, and you got like a cranberry on cheesecake kind of situation.
Yeah. I don't know how you measure what's considered a dessert.
Yeah. I think if you'd rather pair it with coffee, it's a dessert. If you'd rather pair it with wine or beer, it's not a dessert yet.
Yeah,
I like that
pretty good.
metric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it beer or wine?
Yeah, it's the beer, wine, or coffee metric.
Beer, wine,
Yeah.
coffee metric.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Robble says, how or what do you have? Wait, I'm sorry. How or what to do to have whole crew nutbush? That's all. Dude, we've already done it. And frankly, we killed it.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
pretty amazing.
Yeah, if you want to find it, it's kind of difficult to go back through the past broadcasts. I actually recently had to do that to find something. It's kind of hard to find that, but we did. We full on nut bushed for charity.
We did.
Yeah. It was glorious.
And now I know what it is.
Yeah.
Now
The
that I've done
GCX
it.
stream, we did it last Wednesday.
Yeah.
And best ever, maybe.
Best
I
ever
don't know.
nutbush?
I mean,
Australians
I've literally
were
only
impressed.
seen
Greatest
us nutbush, so I've never seen anybody else do it better.
I think we might have graduated magna cum laude as nutbush professors.
Yeah, that sounds right.
PhDs.
Not qualified to teach.
Definitely.
eFresh Plays Gaming says, is it me or has Gall's Nightmare been talking the most crap to us over everybody else during the containments? Well, that makes
If
sense.
you've been
Gall's gonna
playing
be
a
the
lot.
last Nightmare, right?
If you've been playing a lot this week, then yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been upset. I feel like also it kind of makes sense if that's the case, because it's the final one. It's connected to Callus. Callus is doing sussy stuff, so that's probably going to be the most impactful in terms of the entire story and not just progressing individual stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solomon says, what troll loadout would you run for a dysfunctional raid? I feel like you got to go back to Destiny 1 to really troll in a raid. Like when you could be a warlock and push your teammates with the force push.
Yeah.
You could bring your Sparrow into a raid and push them off that way too. Push them into.
You definitely need a sword. Swords are great for
Swords are
hitting
good.
people off
Yeah.
the edge.
Yeah.
Titans are really good at killing people against walls with their shoulder charge.
Yeah.
When you troll a loadout, though, are you trying to just be dead weight, or are you still being effective?
Not even dead weight. I'm honestly trying to impede
Kill you.
progress. I'm trying to make negative progress.
I'm trying to murder my team.
Yeah.
Well, I think popping a bubble at horrible locations.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah,
That is a good one.
So we're learning that Titans are the most troll.
Ready, rockets, and boom, fire.
Yes.
And the bubble is so fast now that
Yeah.
you could literally do a countdown.
Plus, you get the shield too for more rocket penetration.
True.
Yeah. Also, I think I would just rock a broken Traveler's Promise.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Could even do a Kvostov.
What was the one in D1? It was
Well, that was an exotic.
yeah, Fabian Strategy.
I have a 1561 white Kvostov right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're talking about some
Where'd you find
relics.
that?
Vault relics.
My Titan wasn't counting for my Iron Banner challenge progress, so I deleted her and made another hunter. And I got a Kvostov and a stubborn oak, which is the white shotgun.
The shotgun. Oh, man.
Simon Come On says, what are one of your favorite meals to cook for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Now, I assume he means one meal that works for all three meals. Like
Pancakes.
Your favorite meal.
Pancakes are good all the time.
Pancakes
Or
is
like,
good.
I love crepes. I'll eat a crepe anytime.
Crepe,
Crepes are good. Yeah.
crepe is an ambiguous, savory versus
It can
dessert
be. Yeah, it
type
can
of
be both.
concoction.
It's good. And honestly, I could go wine or coffee.
Mm.
How about beer? Can you have beer with a crepe?
Oh, it's a lot of carbs, I feel like.
Well, it's dessert. Now it's too many carbs?
Hey, what if I have a dessert beer? Like an ambic, like a cranberry ambic. Lambic.
Too many carbs. Sorry, Briar. Your carb limit has been cut off.
Damn it.
I can could do like some type of sandwich for everything because there's so many different types of sandwiches. You can have like little mini sandwiches, like a breakfast sandwich. You can have a lunch
a
yeah,
breakfast
you're
sandwich with like sausage, egg, cheese, and like a slice of tomato on like a bagel or a English muffin. I could eat that any meal.
Delicious.
Yeah. I'm going to have a heart attack very soon if I eat that for every meal. 'Cause that's not good for you. I mean, you're just starting a countdown clock at that point. The Black Bandar says, do you think Bungie should bring in matchmaking for activities that are at power level? As a solo player, I really enjoy strike farming during guardian games and the loot. Also, haddock or cod with your chips.
So yes, absolutely. Like when Guardian Games was around and you could just solo queue for a nightfall and get like exotics and oh man, it was so good.
Yeah, that's cool.
And dungeons, hello? Like dungeons are not that difficult mechanically. If someone knows what they're doing, like sure you'll run into some people that don't know what they're doing in certain stuff, but I think you should be able to match for dungeons. It's such good content.
Last dungeon would have a lot of trolling. Imagine shooting that thing and then killing everybody.
Yeah, the bell would be problematic.
Yeah. But you're not wrong, though.
Haddock or cod?
I generally preferred cod. Personally.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Don't know that I know the difference well enough to answer that question.
Same. You said
like if somebody gave me
I'm like
a haddock and a cod, I'd be like fish.
Fish and chips. Where's
right,
the
fish?
15
right?
pounds of crawfish?
Hey Blaze says, now that you've seen Zavalla's grief firsthand, are you more or less confident about Caitlyn and Zavalla becoming a thing? Oh, I thought they were already knocking boots. Is that not a thing? That was implied. Yeah.
She seems very protective of him. And he is tiny. Have you noticed how short Zavalla is?
He is a small man.
In comparison to Caitlyn, like
compared to her, I mean, we're taller than Zavalla. He's a tiny baby.
Tiny baby. That's why he's got that giant shoulder pad.
Do you think he's got blue balls?
Yeah. In all facets. Yeah. I don't think he's been doing much with all that trauma he's been carrying.
Hold up. This is implying that Guardians are capable of procreating. Are they? Is there lore about this?
I mean, if you're a human and you're resurrected, you still have your balls, right? Although, did your semen die? I don't know.
Did your blood have a kid every time?
Is there sperm production when you are resurrected?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think there's any Guardians that have kids. But you don't have to have a kid every time you knock boots. You can just do it for fun. Funsies.
Yeah, but the definition of blue balls.
Maybe he's just shooting blanks. You know?
Yeah,
you know.
Zavalla and the curse of the phantom splooge.
Oh, God.
I hope
Private.
I hope Caitlyn and Zavalla do become a couple.
Yeah.
Now he's dealt with his trauma of his wife, you know, we can move on. He did say it's time to let go. It's time to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Convenient right into timing, Zavalla.
Right into the arms of Caitlyn. To the sea.
It was the tusk situation with Caitlyn.
You know what she could do with those tusks?
Tusk alone is enough to satisfy a man.
You know. What is it? Rule 37?
34.
34, my bad.
Probably doesn't go there enough.
Private Peck says, DCP buys a Destiny-themed bar that serves exclusively Destiny-themed cocktails. What would you name some of these drinks?
Oh,
personally, a Scorn Star sounds great. Scorn Star sounds like you're gonna have diarrhea tomorrow morning.
I'm gonna call a cocktail Cade's Cock. Because it's a cocktail and he has a chicken.
Dig it.
I feel like what would be in that?
Sounds like something involving gin, maybe.
Okay.
Definitely a darker drink. The color of a chicken.
Okay.
You know,
Like
that
a
kind of brown, yeah.
milky.
You know,
You can put a
Yeah.
chicken feather in the
Oh.
drink, like you know, like you put olives on it.
my first thought was an old fashioned when you were saying it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Cake
good.
talk.
I mean, we just got done mentioning a couple of these, like Zavalla's Blue Balls. That could be a drink.
That'd be a good one. That'd be a good one.
Caitlin's Tusks. You know, like that's a drink
Yeah.
right there. Crow's Guilt. It's
That's gonna be. That's
it's
a Long Island iced tea.
Long Island iced tea. Yes. Crow's Guilt.
It really is. Oh, that's so good.
With some like licorice in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Bottle says to Tefty and Briar, now that you've had a week of beardlessness, what have you noticed that is a plus and things you missed by not having beards? In Miss 5000 Watts, do you miss your stash? You rocked that stash. I'm not gonna lie. The way you you'd make that thing wiggle. It was it was like a bird.
I do miss wiggling it. That was pretty fun.
It's like Flintstone style.
Yeah.
You might have to see that stash again sometime. That was really fun.
Triumphant return. Yeah.
Yeah. The return of the stash.
Mm-hmm.
Tefty, do you miss the beard? Like, do you feel relieved that you don't have a beard anymore?
First 4 or 5 days was weird looking in the mirror every time. I was like, what the hell? Strange, you know.
Who's this?
Yeah, the phantom beard thing was very real. Like I'd try to grab my beard and be like, oh, touch it, sensitive chin. Be like, whoa, that's weird, you know. Also, one time I like really scratched, and I didn't, you know, because I thought I was like gonna scratch.
Oh,
my
yeah.
beard. You know,
Thought there'd be like a little
and I dug in a bit,
buffer zone.
and like went, damn, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Also, the temperature changes are really strange. This is a thing that happens. Like you get phantom temperature changes. I like. For the 2-3 days, easily, I'd be like, it'd be cold and then warm, cold and then warm, cold and then warm. I'd be like, what is happening to my chin, man? My face, mostly this region right here, but it's just phantom temperature changes. Super strange. But yeah, I'm actually, it's been nice change of pace. It's a good cost.
I think so too. Like I think we're gonna give it a little while. Like I might kind of keep it trimmed a little bit. I found that bicycle riding is a little bit nicer, not having the beard like blowing in the wind. I don't know. That wasn't super enjoyable, especially like when it flap up. Like that was weird. Also, I got my motorcycle running again after like a long time of not riding the motorcycle. And being able to do a chin strap on a helmet. Yeah. Way easier when you don't have like 2 feet of fucking hair right there.
Yeah.
Way easier.
True.
Yeah, you know what else is way easier now? Properly wearing a mask.
Yes.
If we had shaved a couple years ago.
Just in time for that.
This would have been perfect for effectiveness. Oh man, yeah.
But I do miss it somewhat. I don't know, like I'm just so used to having it. Also, I think there was a bit of an intimidation factor that went along with it. Like honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it was so long, and like if I was being gruff, like it carried a little extra weight.
Too much weight. You had 15 pounds of beard.
Not 15 pounds weight. Pound and a half.
You like, I was tying these weights to the end of my beard and leaving them the whole time. I was like, I forgot about these 5-pounders. Yeah. I don't know. It's nice to change things up. Although it is like a brand thing for me. I also have to
you should get asked to redo your logo.
Yeah, there's that. I could ask
the stash man.
Yeah, time for the season of the stash.
Just the glasses and the stash. That's your new logo.
Exactly, yeah. I've been steadily building this music channel with memes. Myself with making music and doing this, and I haven't posted a video yet without the beard. And I was like, oh, do I go into a spiel explaining this? Like, do I have letters?
You gotta just let it rock. That's what the comment section is for.
Not even say a thing.
No, don't say anything. Have you heard of engagement, Tefty?
True. If you never explain it, they'll keep asking why.
Yeah. Well, also, I have like a backlog of a bunch of stuff that we've recorded, videos, So when I need to go back and reference something, or like
so the beard can be on and off.
It's gonna. I mean, so we just did a video, and this is gonna go live like I think Saturday or something. And there's us doing the song, and I have a beard, and then there's us talking about it, and I have no beard.
What if it was a fake beard all along?
Okay, silly story. Obi, my mod, longtime mod on the channel, he came to me one time and said, "Hey, someone really thinks that you have a Velcro beard." Was DMing him, being super serious, saying, "Come on, the beard's fake, isn't it? It's actually Velcroed on."
Oh my goodness!
It just killed me. I was like, "Oh my god." Ugh.
People are crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't stick with the mustache like Tefty could. Tefty rocks the mustache, I think, pretty well.
Yeah,
it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Like it took me a couple of days to look at a Tefty to get used to seeing Tefty. Right? Like I mean, I've known Tefty for 8 years.
Yeah,
Been a long time.
the whole time with the beard.
But now that I'm kind of used to it, I think he looks good with the mustache. I looked just horrible with the mustache, and I had to shave it off. My wife,
I thought that mustache.
My
looked
wife
awesome.
was adamant that mustache came off. It was a struggle to keep it to Monday. I wanted to get on the side quest show on Monday just to prove that I had done it, right? But as soon as I got off that show, I went to the bathroom, I shaved it off for marital safety.
I'm gonna say, Briar, I think so. First of all, the mohawk that you did last year was amazing. That was a look on you. That was a good look.
Mohawks are fucking cool.
The handlebar mustache with a mohawk. You look like a true biking legend.
Yeah, man.
On your bicycle.
My electrical bike.
Ding ding. Here I go.
Oh man.
Did I ask you guys the moral question about the couple with the dog?
The what?
Okay. I got a moral question for you guys. Okay. Help me out here.
Okay.
I'm gonna describe a situation. You guys tell me how I should have behaved, and I'll tell you what I actually did. Okay.
Okay.
I'm riding my bicycle on a path designed for bicycles and, let's say,
share the road.
People walking their dog. Older couple, I'd say 70s-ish, they were walking a dog, but they didn't have it on a leash. Small dog, like fluffy, white, curly hair. Mm-hmm. Very small. Handheld dog. I rode they were taking the whole path up, so I did a ding ding on my little bicycle bell, and they move off to the side, and I ride past, and then I kind of notice that the dog is chasing me. The not leash dog is chasing me. And then I hear the woman start yelling, "Stop! Please stop! He's chasing you! Please stop!" What do you do?
Okay, I have a question.
Speed up.
Did you have the mustache at this point?
No, I was still full beard.
This
full
is
beard.
I was gonna say,
important.
if you had the mustache and the mohawk, they wouldn't have talked to you like that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. If you have the mustache and the mohawk, you can cast the cursed gaze at the dog, which would stop it in its tracks.
The dog would have been intimidated by the mohawk.
Cast the gaze, and then the dog stops, and you don't have to stop. You keep cruising.
I would have probably said, "Ma'am, you are not supposed to have your dog off the leash. You should put them on the leash because this is not other people's problems." And then I would have sped off as fast as I could.
Yeah. You could have acted like you had headphones, earbuds or something.
I probably did have headphones on, but I did hear her say that.
Yeah.
Or I might have had a Bluetooth speaker on the bike that I could listen to.
All right. In all seriousness, I probably would have stopped.
You would have stopped.
I probably would have stopped.
Okay.
But I would have been disgruntled about it.
Put your dog on the leash. Woman, what are you doing? You're not supposed to do this, especially if your dog runs after bicycles.
Yeah, that's
right,
terrible.
Yeah, right? What the fuck? So I didn't stop. As a kid, I'd been bitten several times while bicycling by dogs. I didn't stop, not because I was afraid of the dog, but if the dog bit me, now I have to worry about do I need rabies shots now? What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, your dog's not on a leash and you're walking it in a public park. This is not my fucking problem. So I just kept riding.
Well, there's also laws against that. Technically,
yeah, there are.
Well, at least in California, there's.
I did feel bad though. I feel bad enough that I've been talking it out. I asked my wife too. She would have stopped.
Yeah.
She's like, "It was just a little dog. What are you afraid of?" I'm like, "I'm afraid of getting bitten."
I want to get back. God damn it. I would have stopped, but I would have been like disgruntled about it. And I'd have been like, hey, what the, this is, come on now. They probably would have been like, oh yeah, sorry. I'll do it again. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'll do it again.
Totally. I'm not going to change anything that I do.
Sorry for that little diversion.
I like where Cletus is going. He said I would have bit myself and said, "Ow, your dog bit me. I'm suing." I like that one.
That's pretty good.
Sue for 13,
that's nice level thinking. That's how you get rich quick, right there.
Yeah, you sue for $13.5 million.
Yeah.
Especially an old couple.
Oh, I bit my thumb.
Loaded.
Then I could have said I lost of work, right? Because I couldn't play video games.
Loss of work. True.
Loss of income.
How long did the dog chase you for?
Yeah.
I didn't look back. I was 20 feet past them, and I didn't look back. I just kept riding.
Yeah, I mean, the dog would give up
Is
eventually.
it still there?
Yeah.
It's still chasing.
Do you have a new
Don't
dog?
look behind you. But I think the oh my god. Oh. It's the drop bear.
Blandon McBlanderson says, how much formal attire, suits, tuxes, ball gowns, formal dresses, etc., does each of you own?
Ooh.
It's a little easier for a woman because, like, you can just have a nice dress, and that's like, I can wear this to a formal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
I have to rent a tux if I have to go somewhere.
Yeah. Sadly, my weight fluctuates so much too that, like, if I buy something, it often is either too big or too small by the time I go to wear it. Sadly, I wish I could keep that under better control, but I do have a couple of suits, for basically weddings and funerals. Mm-hmm. But man, I fucking hate wearing a tie so much. Hate it.
I hated it in
Feels
school.
like somebody is slowly strangling me all day. Just has their hand just like right here all day. Slowly squeezing the life out of me.
Every kid in my school unbuttoned the top button and had their tie loose because everyone hated it.
Yeah.
And this was in England, by the way. It's a public school. That's how it works.
So they had dress code?
Yeah, they have uniforms in British schools.
Interesting.
I probably have like maybe 4 really nice dresses where it's like, okay, this is nice. This is a nice. Not just like, this is pretty nice. This is nice. No idea if they fit anymore. I don't know the last time I went outside.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that. It's tough to own formal stuff when you don't go to formal things a lot.
Yeah. Well, I love going to weddings, and you always need a suit for a wedding.
True.
I hate going to funerals, but unfortunately, you always need a suit for a funeral. And unfortunately, they're not the same suit.
So tuxedo shirt.
I like the one with the ruffles. Frankly, I'm not a cummerbund guy. Suspenders, ruffles, and party on, Garth.
No cummerbund?
No cummerbund. Cummerbunds are for losers.
I don't even like wearing I don't even like wearing high collared stuff. Like, I want things to be away.
Oh, you don't like to pop
from
the
my
tie?
neck. No, I want get away from me. Although my clothes do bother me and make me uncomfortable, so that's a me issue.
Well, there's an easy solution to that.
Yeah, just be naked.
All right, we are going to institute a mandatory formal DCP. And end of
I'm going to
July.
buy a really nice dress.
You should just get a dress. Way more comfortable too.
Yeah, I'm going to look good in it.
You could get a flowy dress.
I should start tanning my shoulders because I got a real farmer tan going on right now. Lumina says, do we know what or who the next nightmare will be? If not, do you think it will be our nightmare of Cade for not being able to save him? Oh, that would have been good.
That would be
yeah,
I do. It makes me wonder, like, if we ever will have a nightmare thing. I know it's kind of hard to do because you're picking people's nightmares for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that would be good. It would be so interesting too, because Cade would be like, wait a minute, you're like hanging out with the guy who killed me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that would be like legitimately like aside from my like general hate of Uldren / Crow, that would actually be really fun to see them play with that story.
Maybe get a bonus
would be.
nightmare.
A
Bonus round. Hate's back.
Ang Bangarang says, which do you prefer, water parks or theme parks? If you preferred one in the past but now prefer the other, what do you think led to that change? You guys are great. Thank you for the podcast. Thank you very much, Ang Bangarang.
Thanks. Definitely.
I'm a water park guy. I love water parks.
I just can't get past the idea of everyone pissing, and then I'm swimming in that.
Trying not to think about that.
Right? It's just I can't not think about it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this lazy river ain't so lazy when I'm thinking about people pissing in it.
Yeah.
I love like the slides, the water slides that twirl.
I do
and
like the
tubes that go
slides.
down, and like the big tall one that you're like, woo, and then you shoot out into the pool.
And then you
I like-
lose your entire swimsuit. Just gone.
Yeah, just. That's why you got to wear a suit and tie going down that. Don't lose the suit.
Yeah. The tie
Yeah.
really puts the whole
Holds it
suit
together.
I'm gonna wear a wetsuit.
Have you ever
Yeah,
done the
wetsuit.
one where you go into like the bowl and it's like you get flushed out the bottom? That one's good. That one's real fun. I love water slides. They're fun.
Water slides are fun. I remember being so scared of it before going on my first one because it's like you're going in this tube, right? And it's like a small enclosed tube. I was like, I'm gonna die in here. And they push you in there. They're like, you gotta go, you guys, go time. Go.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying.
There used to be a water park
like a spin thing and you get caught in the turnabout. And
that's what happened. Okay, so there used to be a park in New Jersey. I can't remember what it was called, like Action Park or something. I was just watching a documentary, and they called it like a lawsuit park because all the water slides and stuff were designed by like amateurs who didn't know what they were doing.
Oh, Jesus!
People were losing like teeth on the like loop-de-loop.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was awful. It's a great documentary. I think it's on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called, but if you look up Action Park, I think you'll find it. It's a fun documentary.
Okay,
I would like to see that actually. Yeah, that
yeah,
sounds good.
That's actually the other reason why I'm not really into water parks because I feel like it's just so it's like borderline carny. Like, hey, we just slapped this together, hop on in, you know? And I'm like, I ain't dropping 100 feet down this tube, thinking it might crack open and my head might crack on the ceiling or something. You know, I'm like, I think way too much about that. Then I factor in all the piss because people are clearly pissing, and maybe an occasional Duke in there, and I'll be like
a floater.
Nah, fam.
A little submariner.
Little Snickers bar.
Little Baby Ruth hanging out.
Floating down the lazy river.
Auntie Krauser says, how much would you guys pay to see a cutscene of Zavalla teaching Caitlin to knit? I'd pay more to see a different cutscene.
With the
Caitlin teaching Zavalla
how to nut bush.
That would be adorable, though.
That would, yeah.
I'd be down.
Is there lore of Zavalla being a knitter, or is this just a...
Yeah, it was his wife would kind of... That was a thing that she did, so she kind of taught him how to do that.
Keith Colucci says, how effectual do you think the stasis would be for beating this wonderful heat going on in the country? Asking for a friend. It's not freezing. It's stasis.
It's not
big
ice.
difference.
It's not
magic.
Ice. It's stasis.
Cold. It's cold magic.
What if your darkness magic relied on Freon to get the stasis energy to freeze?
Ooh,
that
you
much?
got those recharge kits at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, and then
gas station.
Your radiator freezes, and you got to defrost it until you're out of your stasis for a bit. Yeah. Anyways.
Are you guys suffering from the heat? Because people keep asking me, they're like, "You staying cool?" I'm like, "It's 60 degrees. I'm having a blast."
Yeah, it's
but the rest of the
degrees,
country's burnt to a steak.
So it's not technically hot here, but my AC broke past couple of days, and that's not fun.
I'm on the East Coast, so it's if the middle of the country is complaining about heat, give me a couple of days and I'll start complaining too, because it's coming.
Yeah.
Oh Lordy, it's coming. I had a $400 electric bill last month though, so I've been like, hey,
Ooh.
how about we don't turn on the air conditioner? Huh?
How about it?
What about that?
Have you got solar yet?
No.
Well, I know Texas has been having a bad time. It's been over 100 degrees. They've lost a
Yeah.
bunch of power.
You see that photo? Like 10,000 cattle died from heat stroke.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of burgers.
Look at this. 112 today, 102 here, 100 degrees at 7 p.m. People burning up.
Approximately how many burgers per cattle is that?
Well, I don't know. How many burgers do you get out of an average cow?
I don't know.
I'm guessing
1,000?
One.
One premium burger. That's it.
Yeah. Soul Invictus says, if Destiny suddenly ceased to exist and you had to find another game to center this podcast around, what game do you think you could all agree on covering? Anthem, obviously.
Anthem, yeah. The Destiny
Wouldn't have a
killer.
lot of competition.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, right. It's just sitting there waiting for us.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just do like what FromSoft games. Those are games we play.
That's true.
Just keep playing Elden Ring until the next one comes out.
True.
Yeah, I don't know if there's enough news on a weekly basis to like sustain a podcast.
You
though.
gotta
I mean, I'm sure
cover
somebody's
drama.
out there doing a FromSoft podcast. I'm sure of that, right?
I think you just covered the drama. You'd
have to do the lore. The lore will give you like 100 years of content.
Yeah.
Or if you did like related games too, so like anytime like a
Souls,
a Souls like comes out, you could kind of talk
there's
about
so
that.
many of those. You'd be never run out of.
Kind of onto something. I don't know. What podcast can we do?
Quick update on the cattle situation. Ronaner dropped in chat, said 450 pounds out of Angus cow. How big are your burgers? Quarter pound. So if you got a quarter pound, we're looking at just under 2,000 burgers. Under 2,000
burgers.
Well, 1,800 technically of quarter pounders.
Dang,
Yeah, like
so
for your typical Angus cow.
10,000.
Yeah.
We're doing some big math. Is that 2 million burgers?
It's a lot of burgers.
That's like how much McDonald's serves in like a day.
Rest in peace.
That's depressing.
Burgers. Non-burgers.
I also made that math up, so
we could start a political podcast.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Politics is kind of a game.
It's pretty spicy.
I mean, we do side quests, which is kind of like about whatever we're interested in at the moment. Whatever games we're thinking
Gumball
about.
says that you can butcher a dead cow. FYI, all cows that come from those places are alive. Sorry, they're not dead.
Yeah, you're eating alive cows. I hope you can.
They have them in the back of the McDonald's, and they scoop some burger out, and it goes moo.
They got a cow like slowly being ground up.
It's on. It's got its pain receptors numbed, so it doesn't quite feel all that. But it's the freshest, never frozen. Wendy's.
It's in your
square burgers, man. What the fuck? Why square? It's got corners like kicking out of the bun. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. Make square buns then. Make it make sense. The Mohegan 9 says you have to commit a crime, but once you do, no one else could ever commit that crime again. Oh.
Oh.
Do I get away with it?
Ooh. Yeah. What is the
stipulation? Am
here?
I being punished so severely that everybody's like, no thanks?
I could probably find someone I hate enough to kill them.
Oh,
or
easy.
You could go the other way and find someone who's ready to leave the earth and assist them. Does that count as murder though, or is that assisted?
Is that like, the Kevorkian guy?
It's assisted, yeah. And you don't want to. So the hang up is you don't want to like do something that can never be done again. And some people need murdering.
Just put them in prison.
Some people.
I mean, when people when they get the death penalty, they're basically in there for life anyway. So it's this.
That's true. That's true.
A crime that can never be committed
You're gonna have to
again.
murder somebody. You're gonna have to take
And
someone out.
if you like abolish, like if you could single-handedly get rid of murder, I mean that's a net positive, right?
Yeah, no murders.
Yeah.
No murder. So
No
if you
murder.
did the last murder,
You solved murders.
And then they'd make a documentary about me called The Last
The
Murder.
last
Like The
Right,
Last
and
Samurai.
think about how famous the person you
Last
murdered
Dance.
would be as the last murdered person ever. Like you'd be doing him a favor,
It's a
technically.
documentary like The Last Dance, The Last Murder. Oh man.
Murder. That's it. It's murder.
Oh, there's totally
Yeah.
people out there that deserve it, and you guys would not be sad if we did it. Okay, there's plenty.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Mohegan 9 again. I got 2 questions by Mohegan 9. Do you think Darth Vader would make a good boss? Also, thanks for saying you thought I was 25. I'm in my 40s with a kid a few years away from 25.
Nice.
I misread the situation, I guess.
Hold up. Darth Vader a good boss as in your work boss or game boss, like final boss?
He would be a good boss.
I've seen a lot of Darth Vader choking people who work for him, like force choking and killing them.
True.
And I don't think that's the kind of workplace that I would feel comfortable in. That's not how I'm going to get my max product.
The kind of workplace
right?
I want to be in. With
Yeah,
Darth
you're
Vader.
That's a toxic environment.
Your workload is low. Snap.
You went to the bathroom 4 times.
You took 5 minutes on your bathroom break.
You forget to log in on your lunch break. Click. You didn't fill out your TPS reports.
Yeah,
No,
you're a
Darth
terrible
Vader
boss.
was not a good boss.
Terrible boss.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Good villain, though.
He's just short, you
Top
know,
10.
curt. Everybody
Right?
expects everybody to
It's hard
read
to get
his
a
mind
feel.
because he's got
Right?
force readings
Force.
going on constantly. Nah, bad boss.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
not
he looks
everybody's
cool, though.
gifted, Anakin.
Hugo Rune. Oh, okay. Hugo Rune says, what would you rather throw at a wall? A very ripe tomato, a watermelon, a coconut, or something of your own choosing? No, tomato is the best one that you have on here. Coconut is just going to put a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
How hard can I throw a
Watermelon.
watermelon? Really? Not that
I
hard.
think it's gonna put a dent in the wall no matter what.
Depends on the wall, though.
Yeah.
Are you guys just going with the regular, like, drywalled wall?
I was thinking drywall. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was thinking that, but we could go
How
brick.
about a brick wall?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, brick wall is. I mean, coconut is just gonna bounce off a brick wall. Watermelon, you got to throw a watermelon pretty hard to get any kind of fun out of it.
Gallagher style? Remember that?
Gallagher
Throw-
with the hammer.
throwing watermelons.
Did you know there were 2 Gallaghers? Like the guy's brother, like took over.
Whoa, I
for
did
the
not know that.
First guy.
Had
Yeah.
no idea.
Very ripe tomato just sounds like the most fun because it's gonna like.
Yeah.
Splat.
Given
That
a quick
sounds fun.
situation that you can't think about too much, the ripe tomato is going to be it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like it's baseball size. You can really whip that thing.
Yeah. But imagine, what if you got to construct a giant slingshot and make
Okay.
it so you can pull back a
Yes.
huge watermelon and then
Yeah.
aim it right at a brick wall outside so you don't have to deal with any of this after it's done. You're just like,
Funny you should mention
masterminding
this because we actually did this. We called it the slingshot. It was a 3-man slingshot that we made out of medical band, like that stretchy medical band,
Okay.
and like jean fabric. And it's 3-man. One person held one side, the other person held the other side, and the third person would pull it back. And we couldn't do a watermelon, but you could do a grapefruit. And the grapefruit, I would estimate, went about 300 yards.
Wow.
Good length.
Okay.
It was not very accurate, but we did hit a moving car once with it, which was entertaining.
Lawsuit inducing?
Hey, they were our friends. It hit the windshield. It's no big deal. They
Okay.
were running away, but they went around the corner and it went over the trees and hit the car. It
Wow.
was a pretty good shot. Yeah, I wasn't the pullback guy. I was the hold it guy. I think I was
Okay.
on the left hand side if I remember.
How much
Slingshot was
how
impressive.
much alcohol is required to be in the middle of shooting?
None
those?
required. As much as you want,
You sure?
encouraged though.
Sure, no alcohol.
No alcohol required. This is anybody's game. Anybody's
have
game.
to
It's like
follow up
lawn
on that.
darts. Anybody can play, young or old.
How much are watermelons these days?
Yeah, what, like $5?
Pretty
$700.
Yeah,
Seven
something
what?
like that. Yeah,
Just went to Costco
$700.
and bought one for like $4, I think.
$700
$4. Wow.
I think 4 or 5
How big was it?
It's big. It was a good watermelon.
Yeah.
If I've wrapped it up into a slingshot,
You just need
that
to buy.
contraption made to hit a wall.
You'd have to have a
been
really
impressive.
big one.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. You have something.
You'd have to like tie to trees, I think, right?
I'm thinking, like military grade equipment here. Okay, they're bringing it in. They're bolting it into the ground because this is my fantasy. All right, so they brought it in. They've actually put giant bolts into the ground to secure it correctly, and there's a winching machine to actually cock it back. So you don't even have to use brute force to get it ready for the slingshot. It's like borderline trebuchet, but specifically for this device.
Have you seen the rednecks who use like an ATV to pull back on the slingshot?
Oh, that sounds
They
great.
hook it to the ATV
That's
and then
smart.
drive the ATV away, and then.
Wow, that's smart.
You are familiar with pumpkin chunking?
I'm not.
Oh, this is a subject you should research.
I'll do some
pumpkin
research.
chunking is the use of trebuchets contest to see who can throw a pumpkin the furthest with homemade trebuchets. Very entertaining.
All right.
Pumpkin chunking. Pumpkin. I think they call it pumpkin. Pumpkin chunking. Last question of the night. Lord Beerus says, "Congrats to Dr. Mylan. I too just had a baby girl Monday.
Oh,
Congratulations.
If you could eat any cereal due to gluten-free restrictions out the window, what would it be? Thanks for doing an amazing job on this pod." Hey, congratulations, Lord Beerus.
Yeah, congrats. What cereal do I miss the most?
Lucky Charms. That's sugar.
What's the cinnamon toast crunch?
Sugar.
Sugar.
That's a dessert.
Dessert breakfast. Cinnamon toast
You
crunch.
pair
I
it with
think, right?
coffee.
Oh, I kind of miss Captain Crunch, but I remember walking away feeling like my
Crunch is
mouth
good.
was cut into a million slices.
It's worth it though. The pain is juice is worth
for
the
the
squeeze.
crunch. Yeah, cinnamon toast crunch, I think, because that is definitely.
Cinnamon toast crunch. That's one of my kids' favorites too.
Mm-hmm. Haven't had it in years.
Honeycombs. Remember the honeycomb hideout? No.
Vaguely.
Apple Jacks. Apple Jacks.
I remember
really
Apple
good.
Jacks.
Yeah.
Apple Jacks were like Fruity Loops adjacent.
Yeah. Captain Crunch is so fucking good though, and it's like a completely unique flavor and texture. Like it's not like anything else.
Yeah, it's like Butterfingers.
You go with the
in a cereal.
Crunch Berries? Or no Crunch Berries.
Crunch berries? What?
Crunch Berries. The little red berries.
Oh, with the Captain Crunch?
Ever had Crunch Berries? Yeah.
It's been years. I feel like the cereal game has changed since I was able to have all the cereals.
You think so?
Maybe.
Do you remember when Nintendo had their own cereal?
Yeah. Remember they'd have games also with cereals?
Video games?
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah, like Donkey Kong Crunch or something. Mario
Some sort of
cereal.
relabel type of thing.
I think I gotta go Captain Crunch too. It's so good. So good. That's it. We have once again solved all the mysteries of the Destiny universe. You're welcome.
Did we hear Watts'
are
favorite
welcome.
cereal?
No. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I eat Weetabix now.
Grape
That's
nuts. You
very-
seem like a
very-
grape nuts.
I eat Weetabix,
Grape
which is like
nuts.
apparently for old people, but like you know.
Weetabix?
Yeah, it is.
Weetabix? What is it?
Yeah, I like Weetabix. It's like
It's
a
like
great way to
shredded
start
wheat
your
without
day.
sugar, right?
It's full of fiber. It's a
High
great
fiber.
start to your day to get your digestive
If you're looking for
tract
fiber in your cereal, you're definitely old person cereal.
It sets up your stomach for the day, Briar. It's a great beginning to get your digestive
I'm not
system
judging.
go.
I eat a lot of Raisin Bran for a very similar reason, but like if you're looking, that's
But
definitely
I
an old
like
person cereal.
it.
What about?
Yeah.
Would you consider steel cut oats old person's breakfast?
No,
Yeah, right.
I think so.
Nah, steel cut
It's
oats.
just,
Are
that's
legit.
hipster oatmeal, right?
It's hipster oatmeal. Exactly. I happen to have a lot of hipster oatmeal in my diet. A lot.
That's good. Good stuff.
There it is. Answers.
It's good for the
solved.
heart too, right? The
It is
hipster
heart
oatmeal?
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's heart healthy because of the fiber, but really, if you just have a ton of fat,
There we
you're
go.
going to-
Look at that
Fiber, you gotta
fiber.
be looking for that fiber. Keep yourself healthy.
It's like
Yeah.
soluble fiber specifically. Yeah. Anyways. Well,
I just like to know when I'm gonna take a shit. That's really what it's all about for me. I don't like surprise shitting during the day. Like I kind of plan my day. Gotta
Honey.
hit that
yeah.
toilet before the shower.
The last thing Breyer wants when he's cruising down the sidewalk getting chased by a dog is suddenly having to stop at the public stop and taking a dump in the bathroom in there, which apparently you never do, right? Isn't
Briar
this
takes
something we learned?
pills to
Oh,
prevent this from
I don't like. I don't like to poop away from home.
He's taking an Imodium D to make sure
happening. Drugs.
it is stopped.
It is factual. I really
Zero
I'm a
out
home
the
pooper.
fiber. Make that thing a block. You ain't moving nowhere until you're in safe.
I spend a lot of weekends out in like fields, right? It's like taking pictures, and
Can't be stopped.
you don't want an 11 o'clock poop when you're not leaving that field until like 4 o'clock. You know, you really want to know that you got your pooping done for the day before you left the house. That's all. You know, hey, it's concerning. You don't want to last. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ, you've seen porta potties. You don't want to have to sit
Oh,
down on one of
jeez.
those things.
Yikes. I've seen
God damn.
Jackass. Oof.
I would rather pee on the side of a porta potty than piss in it. I am anti. Fuck. That is a
You
nightmare.
check it first, right? You're not just gonna pee
You know what
on it.
happened to my neighbor this week?
Oh boy.
His whole basement flooded with sewage.
Ooh, a septic issue.
Oh my god. What's
Septic
that?
tank
Yeah,
blew?
yeah, it backed up. I guess it rained really hard one night,
Ugh.
like last Wednesday night when we were doing the charity stream. While we were doing the charity stream, his basement was literally filling with sewage.
Wow.
The guy with the nice lawn, who I'm always jealous of,
Get wrecked.
Briar, did
who's
you?
Get
laughing
wrecked.
now? Who's laughing now? Huh? Huh?
He had it coming. He had it
No wonder
coming.
you got such a nice lawn, huh? So well fertilized.
All right, we got to end this podcast. Thanks, everyone.
All right.
We appreciate you hanging out. Shout out to our Patreon members and our Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. Thanks for supporting the shows. And please tweet Briar for more lawn care facts and tips and how to take care
Lawn
of your
care
sewage
facts.
tank. Yeah. And also how to not poop during the day. If you need tips on
Yeah.
how to not poop, talk to at
You
the
want-
Briar Rabbit.
How to attract dogs? Yeah,
want
if you're
how
looking
to
for a
attract-
new dog friend.
Dog friends, possibly getting bit, and poop facts. Talk to Briar. Bye, guys.
Bye.